I'm going to be sharing 3 tips and I will see you there in 2 seconds. I'm Miranda from Peaceful Living with Miranda, and I help mums with their own well-being and everything that comes with that so that they can be the parents they want to be. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Miranda. I am from Peaceful Living with Miranda, and I help mums with their own well-being so that they and their kids and their families can have better well-being overall. Now today we're going to be talking about 3 ways to increase family well-being. It's totally on this topic. Okay, so why do we want to increase family well-being? Why is this so important? Increasing family well-being doesn't just mean physically. It means mentally, emotionally, spiritually as well. All those different areas need to be present in order for you or your family or all of us to have a collective better sense of well-being. Now, if mum or dad or one of the kids ends up with better well-being by themselves, that's really great. But if it can be extended to the rest of the family and you can work together to get better family well-being overall, that's going to be better for every single person. Now, you guys know that I usually work with the mum because the mum is the one that has a lot of say in the household and also usually has a lot to do with bringing in some of these different activities and different things to help people increase their well-being. So with no further ado, I'm going to jump in and tell you about number 1. The first one, you're going to have heard of it. You will definitely have heard of this one. This is the dinner around the table. Now, lots and lots of people get stuck or get used to, when their child is small, get used to actually feeding their children first and then themselves after that. Now, that is fantastic. Obviously, there are different family situations. I know there are different things that come into play, but the more that you can get yourselves and your children around the table in the same space every day as a regular activity, okay, or most days, then that has been proven to be a major factor in helping kids with their mental health, helping adults as well with their mental health, but definitely helping kids really feel that anchor to family. It is a huge, huge, huge deal. And it sounds like not much, but actually it's a really big deal. So get your kids around the table, have dinner all together, do it how you want to, make it a big deal once a week. You can do it with other family as well and do the Sunday roast at grandma's. Whatever you want to be doing, but get your kids around the table with you and be eating together. Number 2, put down your phone. Oh, I can already hear you commenting about this. Put down your phone when you don't actually need to be looking at your phone. And yes, I realize the irony of doing this on my phone right now, but that's okay. Okay, this is one of my times when I'm doing that. Now, put down your phone when you don't need it. That means when you're with your children, try and put it to the side, all right? I understand it's not easy. I understand if we're used to checking our phone all the time and you're looking at someone who has gone through stages where that's happening all the time, okay? If you're used to checking your phone all the time, go, do you know what? I'm not going to check my phone for 15 minutes. Put it to the side for 15 minutes and give your children that time. Give your partner that time, okay? Creating that family well-being involves actually being physically and mentally and emotionally present in what is going on. Okay, so if you are finding it really difficult to engage with your kids, if you're finding that your family is not very happy, not having a lot of fun doing anything, there's not that sense of togetherness, well, this is one of the ways that you can actively and proactively really increase that togetherness by popping your phone to the side and going, there are going to be times when I'm not going to have it on me, and really prove that to your children because they are watching regardless of whether you think they are or not and what ages they are. If you want to, allow a time for scrolling. Go, you know what? This is my half hour. I'm going to have half an hour of scrolling right now and doing what I want on here. That's fine. That's completely fine. But try not to make it when it's in a really high traffic half hour for you and your children, because you get frustrated, the kids get frustrated, and they feel like they're second best. They feel like they're not as important as the phone that you are looking at. So that's what we don't want our kids to feel like. So let's make sure that we pop our phones away and give our kids our time. Just before we jump on to number 3, I'm going to invite you to like and to subscribe to my channel. Now, I share lots of different content. There's lots of parenting content on there. I share lots of different content that helps women, mums with actually managing their family and their own well-being. So if you're someone who feels like this would be really helpful, like, subscribe, check me out on the Mum Wellbeing podcast. That's my podcast. Okay, love you to check that out. And otherwise, I'm at peacefulllivingwithmiranda.org. Moving on. Okay, number 3. What's number 3? So increasing your family's well-being. Here is something that I've been doing with my own family, but also something I've been sharing with my clients. So setting a bit of a contact goal. What do I mean by a contact goal? I don't mean physical contact. Okay, I mean actual relational contact. So what I do myself is try and make sure that I've had a certain amount, without being ridiculous about it, just roughly going, you know what, I want to have a certain amount of contact with this child or with my husband or whatever it is per day. I want to make sure that every day I'm touching base with them. I want to make sure every day I've given them a hug, or usually more than one hug. I want to make sure that I've looked them in the eyes. Okay, some of these things, in fact, not some of them, all of them are really, really important. Making sure that you can go, you know what, every week I'm going to play a game of Monopoly with that child. We're going to play Uno every couple of days. But it doesn't have to be a set aside time like that. It can be when you are doing the dishes together. Okay, it can be if you are chuck on a bit of music and have a bit of a dance while you're doing something else. Okay, groom the dog together, go for a walk, spend a bit of time with that eye contact with, you can do like silly things like this in towards each other and make your child laugh. And it's ridiculous, but it actually increases connection so much. So set a contact goal with your child, make it really achievable, make it 5 minutes if you're really, really busy. We understand. Okay, and don't set yourself some crazy high goal of being able to achieve it today with every single person. Maybe you can, but maybe you can't. So don't fall into the trap of trying to make this another to-do list thing. This is something that if you can pop it on there, it will really make a difference in your relationships and quite possibly will really change some of them around. All right, so they're my 3 ways to start increasing family wellbeing today, okay, or in the next couple of days. Okay, I'd love to hear, what do you do to increase your family's wellbeing? What are some of your wellbeing tips? I'd love to hear them. I'd love you to share them so that my other viewers can see them as well. So drop them below in the comments. Otherwise, I'm Miranda from Peaceful Living with Miranda. Like and subscribe. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you later. You really, 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 really need to be checking out the women's wellbeing gatherings that are happening once a month. The next one's on August 16th, I think, and it's just a Zoom call once a month. Group of people, we go through some activities, we do some basic stress relieving body stretches and things like that, and then we start actually doing some mindset work. It's just for 1 hour and it's lots and lots of fun. So don't forget to find out more about that below or on my website.